Welcome to another session with me, and today I'll be having conversation with Anado. She's a medical lab scientist, and she's currently an intern at Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital. I find her work on LinkedIn as well. Most of my people I know them from LinkedIn, and one of the things that interests me is the fact that she's going through a pathway that is not that common again. I think I walk through that doing things that are not common actually. I love the fact that she's bringing in content creation into medical laboratory science in a way that we've not seen. Probably I don't know. But then I love her content. She creates content in such a way that you get to see what is happening in the laboratory that we don't eventually, that most of us don't get to see. But with her content, I kind of see, yeah, as a medical doctor, I've seen a lot during my studies. But now I'm seeing another aspect of it. I love the fact that with her content, she's able to carry the public alongside so that even if you've never been to a laboratory before, even if you just drop your samples in the hospital, you kind of know what they now do to your samples and kind of find that interesting part of it that you can relate to. And that's one of the reasons why I'm having her here today so that we can converse more, know more about her work, how she finds herself into content creation and all. So let me just allow Anado to give us like a brief summary of herself and let's get to know her.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Anado, like she rightly said, and I'm interning at NIOS. Everything she said, I mean, is correct. So, I
Okay.
actually am an introvert. So, but then I know that one part that people have not really harnessed lots of income in is content creation. So all the
Okay.
while I'll be like, so I don't want to put myself out there. So what is it that I can actually put out there without necessarily bringing myself on the internet? Because there's a saying, the
Okay.
internet never forgets. So I just want to remain
Yeah.
behind the cameras, or even if I'll be out there, let's not be like my personal life. So I was like, well, my
Okay.
career will. So that was the motivation. That was what motivated me to like the content creation and the income that comes with content creation. That was the motivation
Okay.
to go ahead and start posting my job out there. So when I go to the lab,
Okay.
normally most of the benches are not really sterile. Like a lot of things go on if you know how the hospital operates. In fact, I can't even be doing
Definitely.
patient samples and put on the camera and be doing what I will. Maybe I want to collect patient sample and I'll put camera there and be videoing and all of that stuff. But I just had
Yeah.
to like find a way. So I would usually make most of these videos on call or just when we have little bit of free time. So I
Okay.
initially I was like, how do I make this interesting? And it's still an issue for me because they are not as interesting as I want it to be. But I know that I have some
Okay,
sort of
let's not get too far. Let's not get too far. Now you said a lot of things in your short summary, your short introduction, but let's come to the part where you talked about patient privacy. Now, as content creators within the healthcare sector, it's a little bit different from others. If you agree with me, you have
yes.
privacy to deal with. You have your patient's mental state to deal with. Now imagine a patient that is probably they sent him or her to like four offices before coming down to you. Go and pay money there, go and do that there. Then you now want to like collect blood sample from
Video.
the person. You're not bringing your camera. Then let's talk about the fact that before you can do anything within the healthcare sector, you have to get consent. So it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Now,
Is a
but then you're going to go into how you now like kind of do yours in such a way that you're still able to do your content creation despite this whole protocols that you still have to keep in check. Right?
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I feel like we should start with the consent. Now, concerning
Yeah.
that, consent is one thing that is not easily gotten, especially for the environment we're in. It's a rural environment, so before you start explaining to a patient that, oh, okay, I need you to consent to me videoing what I'm going to do, they'll be asking you what is consent. And another thing is language barrier. I'm not an Igbo, so before I even get to like communicate properly to my patient, it's usually a hassle. So I don't even go there. So what I just do is I leave that part out. Most times you will not see me making videos of my patient or when I'm collecting blood sample or when I'm dispatching blood or anything of such, what I do is just focus on the procedures. And then my target audience are upcoming med lab scientists, probably those that are still in school or those that just
Yeah.
finished, stuff like that. So that's just it, because I don't want anything that has to do with, I saw my name on, or I saw my picture or my video on the internet, and then they'll trace it back to me and I have to answer questions, getting my
Yeah.
licenses and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's it.
That's really, that's wisdom. That's a perfect wisdom. And then you said something rightly that, oh, you don't want to put out your personal life out. You know, Gen Zs now, everybody wants to go into this new content creation stuff, and you're able to kind of find your way into your career aspects. You're an introvert. I've seen a lot of people that are even doctors, they dance and then probably put one thing, probably want to communicate just one thing. Let's say brush your teeth twice a day as a dentist now. You now be dancing, then you now put brush your teeth twice in a day just there. And then I love the fact that you're able to now say, I don't want to do that, because that's currently what most people do. They feel like even the dancing videos kind of get more attention, or lifestyle videos kind of get more attention than doing something that is more professional out there. People don't really like, it will take time. No, it eventually it won't get, it will just take time. But now you're able to like say, this is what I really want to do. So I want you to kind of take us through that process where you were a little bit determined, despite the fact that this thing may not really get the likes, it may not really get the comments, it may not really get the accolades I need at the beginning part. But then this is still what I want to do. This is me making a decision for my digital life. Yeah, I call it that. This is what I want to do, because this is a age where you have to know what you want to do from the onstart. This is the part of my life I want to put out, and this is the way I want to put it out. So how were you able to make that decision, and you are sticking to it despite the fact that currently now you don't even have the, oh, despite all the input you put in your videos, it still doesn't get the much accolades. You get?
Yeah. Well, when I thought about this question you just asked, I was like, the best app to use should be TikTok, because basically
Okay.
anything on TikTok can easily go viral.
Yes.
But for an
Yeah.
app like LinkedIn, people just want to be professional. They want to hear success stories. They want to, even if you do the kind of content I do, it will take you like years to gain the number of audience that will actually drive traffic to your profile. But then I did not, I had two options. I was like, it's two things. It's either I get a community on here or I get the income. So while I do the same thing on TikTok, on LinkedIn, I'm just
Okay.
more about the network. Like, for example,
Okay.
now you and I are talking today because I have been showing up
Yeah.
on my LinkedIn
Yeah.
platform.
Somebody like me,
And
I'm
I
not on
think it's such
TikTok.
an honor for me. Yes,
Wow.
Ma?
Thank you. Somebody like me, I'm not on TikTok. I do more of
Exactly. But
LinkedIn.
I have
Yeah.
access to you now because I have been showing up on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. So on
Yes.
LinkedIn, I am expecting to get a network of solid people, professional people in
Yeah.
the medical field and stuff like that. Then
Yeah.
on TikTok, I'm looking to grow my community and then grow my profile to a certain level where I can start getting paid. So that's just it. I'm
Okay.
like, either ways, it's a win-win.
Yeah, it is actually. And I love the fact that you're a little bit thoughtful about your digital life. It's not just something you're just doing randomly. Kind of have, okay, this is the reason why I'm on LinkedIn, this is the reason why I'm on TikTok. And that's so amazing. I'm so sure that young students that will find this podcast recording, they really find it helpful, because this is a period where you have to be intentional about everything you're doing. Showing up on LinkedIn is not something that you just say, let me just show up anyhow. On Facebook, whatever platform you are using, YouTube, you are making decisions. Okay, this is what I want with this particular platform. These are my focus, these are my goals. In the next 2 years, this is what I want to be able to do. I really do not really enjoy LinkedIn personally. Let me be honest. I used to be a Facebook person, but I had to delete my Facebook account and just be like, this is what I want to do. I want to speak with professionals within the healthcare sector. I want to speak with CMDs of hospitals. I want to speak with people in the health tech firms. And I don't even know anybody personally. Personally, I don't know any of them. But with LinkedIn, with my posts, with me interacting with people, I started knowing people more. Do you understand? And I kind of network, just the same way I network with you, I reach out to. I realized that sometimes when I post on LinkedIn, medical directors of hospitals will kind of make comments. That was when I was like, wow, this my thoughts, this my vision is actually like achievable. If I make myself an authority and show up here frequently with my purposeful articles, people will connect with me. By the time I go into their DM, like, ma, I would love to have a conversation with you. Do you mind? It will be much easier for me that way. So this is one thing I want us to pick from here, from this. As a young person, if you are coming on any platform, any social media platform, be intentional about it. What are the things I desire to get? Why am I here? Why am I spending my time? When I go through LinkedIn, sometimes I just have to. Not like I want to really scroll, because most of them are just saying I'm thrilled to share that I have accepted this one.
Yes.
Those are not the kind of posts I want. I just come online to just kind of ease up my tension. And now I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that. But then I had to intentionally force myself to drop comments, because I know that I have a target here. Every day I'm like, who have you met today? Who are you following today? Who have you like gone through their timeline? Who do you want to send message to in their DM? Like intentionally. So LinkedIn is not just somewhere I just appear casually. Do you understand? And this is one thing, that if you are watching this video at any time as a young person, be intentional about the platform you are using. If it's TikTok, you have your goals, you have why you show up there all the time, not just you burning your data for the owners of the app. So thank you very much for that, Anado. I love the way you just drive our conversation to that aspect. So you said your videos are targeted towards young people within medical laboratory science. All right. Have you considered the fact that your video can be actually doing more for, like, have you seen it in the line of public health education? Because looking when I was going through your timeline, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is something that would patients, illiterate, people that are not within the healthcare sectors, they'll see this video, I'll be like, wow, so this is what they do with my samples. That was the way I felt. I felt like it's more of a public health education stuff. I don't know, probably I'm wrong. Have you seen it in that light?
Okay. Yes, I have, but I think the limitation is the fact that I don't like. I just want to focus on my own path where I can defend. I mean, these days everything is online. I can actually learn about that, even visit some communities. In fact, I've visited. There's a place in Orifite. We've gone there for an outreach sort of with somebody's innovation. I think they made this machine and they wanted
Care
rural people to know that
360,
they can actually
Care
have access.
365.
Yes, yes. They wanted people to know that they can
Yeah,
actually have access to their doctors with or without them being present. So I was like,
yeah.
this is nice and this is part of public health, but I don't know. I always see barriers, it's either language barrier or I'm like, it will take a whole lot. I mean, I have to get other professionals involved, and then I just be like, oh, let me just focus. But yeah, it's something I should look into long term. I can
Even if you're not
encourage and
thinking it,
invite
sometimes, even if you're not thinking it, the fact is that you might be saying this is my target, whereas a secondary target is actually going alongside. I think that's it. Because I love the fact that, most times people that do public health education are probably doctors, pharmacists, public health students, and now we are seeing public health education from the perspective of the medical laboratory scientist. I don't know if you understand me, because you're at least I saw a particular video of a young pregnant girl that was bleeding, and you were trying to cross match and do blood and all of that. So, and at the end part of it, you are kind of educating the public about persons they do marriage, their marital life with, that you should take their
yes.
life valuable. That's beyond titrating reagents in the lab. Do you understand? So that's beyond that. And I'm sure that if one girl that is about to just go and misbehave sees that, come across that video, be like, it person will give a thought to it. You understand? So as much as you're focusing on reaching young medical laboratory scientists, you're also doing something much more than that. You are communicating with the public. There was another video, I think that was on UTI, urinary tract infection, where you culture and all of that. And then on antimicrobial resistance as well, your friend that had to use antibiotics, then you had to call her to come down to the hospital, something like that. So those are things that they are beyond just the normal titrating reagents within the laboratory, and now going further to converting your results in the laboratory to something that the public can now like understand. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I want you to kind of give us your thought on that, because I love how you've taken it further beyond just titrating with it, because not everybody can interpret what they are doing and bring it down to what people can understand.
Okay. Concerning that, I don't have any plans towards reaching the outer audience, but at the same time, I'm
Okay.
reaching them. Like you said, at the end of my video, sometimes I leave some advice, and then I'm also educating the public on what is happening in their body, in as much as they don't know
Yeah.
from my lab results. But then again, you know that most times, as medical lab scientists, when we get the result, let's say somebody comes, let's say it's in hospital that they don't use EMR, that's medical records. When they don't, when places where they don't use that, you give somebody a piece of paper with the person's result. They'll
Mm,
turn and ask you, "Oh, ma, what's the result? Am I okay?" And we'll be like, "Ah, go and meet your doctor," because it is not in our
okay.
duty to go further than your result is ready.
Okay.
So I feel like that is why I don't really go deep into that. I mean, if I see that there is something, an advice I could put out there, I could educate one or two people on one or two things, I go ahead. But then I don't really want it to be like, okay, there's some of my videos that sometimes the caption, I would want to put like the medications that I know that this person can take out or this person was given. But I don't put it
Yeah.
there just so that somebody will not come and say, ah, it was on Anna's post. I saw this, that, and I also went to go and take it. You know, I'm trying to be very cautious not to mislead people. At the
Yeah.
same time, I'm
Yeah.
trying to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. I feel like probably your personality is coming in now. You're trying to be so much restricting yourself to your own line, your what your profession actually allows you to do, which is one thing that Nigeria is currently losing. Everybody can do anything. Like now, it's just that I feel like probably you didn't study in Nigeria. Nigeria has gone somewhere else. You see a pharmacist saying this. I don't want to bring in, let me not bring in healthcare workers wahala on my
No, you
YouTube right
can bring
now.
it though. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. I saw people saying that,
So I love the fact
okay,
that
let's say
I love the
somebody
fact
is
that
saying that he's a pharmacy now, a pharmacist now, and they come
mm,
online and they are talking about certain injections. The nurses now start feeling like, oh, this person is crossing the line. He's a pharmacist, so he should
yes,
maintain
yes,
to inject what I am supposed to inject. And then sometimes we will come with like the results partner. There are certain people that will tell you they like interpret the result and tell you the medications to take and on, and which is wrong because I feel like each of us have a particular role to play, and if we stick to our
exactly.
roles, it will be perfect. So, but
Yeah.
then I don't know.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really fascinated me, and was like, wow, even with your content creation, you were still maintaining boundaries. You were still like, this is the jurisdiction of my own career, and you were still like maintaining that. It is one thing that is we are losing too fast. Everybody wants to be everything, and I have seen a whole lot, and I'm like, wow, because our generation now, our own fight will be more than hospital fights. Our own fight will come online, because by the time somebody is posting and you're like, oh girl, you are just a radiologist. Why are you are just a radiographer? Why are you going this far? Why are you saying this? Why are you saying that? But I love the fact that at least for people like you, you still understand the boundaries of each person's profession, of each person's study. And this is what I'm supposed to do. Take the sample, perform the analyze it, and just send the person back to the doctor. It's not common. It is not a common thing that people do. I've seen a lot, but then I'm glad that you're still able to stay within your own confine of profession, and you're still able to maintain that. So for the last one, as much as I have a lot of things that I want us to talk about, but I love keeping my conversations to just 30 minutes. For people that are professionals, nurses, doctors, medical laboratory scientists, radiographers, and others, paramedics, What advice do you have them that want to come into probably like speak to students now that want to come into content creation? They still want to maintain their lifestyle. Probably if you're an introvert like you still want to maintain that part. But at the same time, you feel like you have more that you can do. You can still give more than just being within the four corners of the hospital. You just want to like do more. What's your advice for them?
All right. I would advise people that want to go to this same content creation path as medicals to first of all take that decision. It is when you take the decision that you'll be able to do it.
Okay.
As you take the decision, you have to plan. You should have a ground plan because not everybody wakes up and has something to post. People that don't plan well, they start posting today and the next day you see that they are not posting. I am a victim. I initially created this account. I think it's not been that long. I think earlier this year. But if you check it, there was a time I stopped posting. I didn't have a plan
Okay.
then. So I took that period in time. I went back and took my time to like draft out a plan, decide what do I want to put out there, who are my target audience, and then how I'm going to go about it. So planning is very, very important, and then also research. Research will keep you in the know. You can also read off some stuff. You cannot just come and post something. Somebody comments and you don't know what to give, what response to reply to the person's comment. It tells ill of you, or maybe it will just be like, oh, this is like a pseudo account. You're not really a practitioner. So research is
Okay.
something you will keep doing, provided you're going to keep putting out information here. And what else? And then something called, what do they call it? I think they call it batch creation or something. Content creators call that batch creation. You should have your videos ready for the next day. Me
Okay.
now, I already know what I want to post in the evening, and by midnight, if I'm still awake, I usually have like 2 videos. I want to post one post a day, but if I miss a day, I make sure to post the previous day's post and that day's post. I'll decide whichever time is convenient for me to post. So, but those posts are already like, it's not when I want to post, I'll go and start looking for what will I post today. So I have a plan and I have the videos ready. It's one thing I also
Yeah.
advise people to do because it will become overwhelming if you don't have something prepared. Maybe that
Yeah.
particular day you have other stuff on your schedule. You may not have the time to start
And let
thinking
me
what
just
to
add.
post or how to start ready. Yeah. So
And
basically,
let
that's
me
just
just
it.
add. Yeah. Let me just add the fact that
Okay.
you being a medical practitioner, you have to study. You have more to do. You're not just a regular content
All
creator.
the time.
You have to study. You have to show up at work.
Yes.
So you cannot just say, I'll do it randomly. You still have to like kind of have a plan for your life, your study life, your career as well. Don't get carried away with the likes, with the comments, even when you are getting all the accolades on the internet. Remember that you are a medical practitioner. And one of the things that we are known for is the fact that you keep studying, you keep building your career as well, as much as you are building your online presence, keep building your career as well. And one of the key things we said in this discussion is the fact that everybody should know their boundary. Everybody should know their boundary. I'm hoping that this get across as if you are starting, one of the things that will give you integrity, that will make people respect you is that you know your boundary. Whatever line you've chosen to do, whatever your profession is, just know your boundary. Oh, I stay within. I'm a physiotherapist. Just stay with that. Give your advice in that line. You'll be much appreciated because we don't even have enough physiotherapists giving us physiotherapist content. So you don't need to kind of stick to somebody else's line. You just have in your own particular career, you have enough story to tell us. That's it. You, as a nurse, you have enough story, you have enough content to tell us. You don't have to go into other person's part
Other people's
before you
business.
can get. Yes, exactly. So I really love our conversation this afternoon. It's short, but then it's something that I'm so sure that young medics like us, students would find very helpful, people that are interested in going into content creation, even as they still stand as professionals. I'm so sure that they'll find this amazing and inspiring to them. And I want to really thank you, Anidu, for making this very smooth, from reaching out to you on LinkedIn, from fixing the time and fixing the dates. Everything was so smooth. I am so grateful. Thank you. And it was nice connecting with you.
Thank
All
you
right.
so
So
much,
we end it
Annie.
here.